All right, August 9th, 2017. Kathy Gregory, Double Diamond with Valentus. This is going to be our fourth episode of our Take Control Team Uncovering Success. And I am very privileged to have my niece, Danielle King, with me. She is a Double Diamond with our Take Control Team, and very proud of Danielle. She's 21 years old. And she's learned really early in her life to start taking control and not live in this world for 20 or 30 years before she figures it out. So she's been able to take hold of Valentus, and it's helped her with her music career. And I'm not going to tell any more about Danielle. I'm going to let her tell everybody. So Danielle, welcome to our episode 4. I'm so glad that we have you here today. And I want to just ask you the question so you can tell everybody, who is Danielle King?
Oh man, that is a tough question. It shouldn't be hard, but it's a question that I think not enough people are asked and not enough people take the time to really think about. And I've been working on myself a lot lately, especially with Valentus. I've found that above all, it's a personal growth journey. And I'm really digging deep and finding out who I am. And getting used to the Danielle King thing is a little bit strange too, because in interviews I'm used to being Danielle Marie, which is my music name. So even just hearing like at convention when they call me up to do a presentation with my dad as Danielle King, it's like, oh yeah, that's me. I guess I better go on stage now. So I am Danielle King, Danielle Marie King, and I am a go-getter. I have always been a dreamer. Ever since I was a little girl, my dad would always tell me, like, I don't want you to be a part of the rat race. Dream big, go out there and just go for your dreams. And so I've always kind of had that bred into me. My mom and my dad have been very supportive of all my crazy endeavors, I guess. When I was younger too, one of the first songs I ever wrote was called Dreamer, because that was who I identified myself as. And now what I'm finding out is I'm not just a dreamer, I'm a doer as well. So I'm a singer-songwriter. I am a sister. I'm a big sister to my little sister Addison and my little brother Brett. I'm a daughter, granddaughter, great-granddaughter. I am, Jordan would say I'm emotional, but I call myself a feeler. So if I'm feeling sad one day, I'm really feeling sad. If I really like this person, I really like you. And I really take in every moment. And it's actually something my dad and I were talking about the other day, is to feel every feeling and not just like go with the motions, and to just really feel that. So I'm a feeler. I am an entrepreneur. Now, I never imagined myself to be an entrepreneur. I've always been a really artsy person with dance and music, and my favorite subjects in school were English and social studies because it involved a lot of writing. But now I'm a business builder, and I never imagined myself to be in this position, but it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm discovering a lot about myself, as you can see, listing these things off. And it's been just a blessing for my music career to help me go after that and not have to go scrub tables down from 9 to 5 and be told when I can take vacation time. So I'm an entrepreneur now. And I'm just, I guess if you could wrap me up into one word, I guess it would be determined.
Awesome, Danielle. I like how you came up with feel, because
Yeah.
I feel like in our family, we're really emotional beings. And so we really do show our emotions on our sleeve. And so, when we get a bunch of people together in one room and we start talking about Valentus, or about anything about us, we do wear our feelings on our sleeve. And so I think to me, that is one of the great parts about our Valentus Take Control Team, is and Valentus period, is Dave, Jordan, the sixth element is definitely heart.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that's why we feel so passionate here, is because it fits right into who we are already, is we do have this heart that really cares about people. So I'm really glad you brought that up. So my next question, Danielle, is like, why Valentus? Like, you've got so many different opportunities that you could have done in your life. You're 21 years old. What attracted you to Valentus? And you probably have answered that a little teeny bit already, but just expand on why Valentus for us.
Well, a lot of people already know this, but before Valentus, I really didn't know much about network marketing. So it wasn't something that I had even really considered or thought about. I was at a point in my life where I was busking in the streets, which for those of you who don't know, it's opening the case on the street and playing music, because I really didn't know where my place was and what I was going to do, because all I wanted to do was my music. And I was pretty stubborn in that I didn't want to go get a real job. I actually did have a real job for 3 months working at Earl's, and it didn't last very long. I guess I'm just really stubborn, and I hated being told what I could and couldn't do, what I could and couldn't wear, like to work that day. Your heels had to be a certain length. It was just like, I just felt like I was in school all over again, and I felt like I had got past that point in my life, and all I wanted to do was my music. So when Ted introduced Valentus to my dad was really excited about it, and I teased him for the longest time. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, this isn't you. Like, you're a power lineman. What is this network marketing?" And I was just very close-minded, I guess, to the opportunity, and it took about 6 months. He started the products in June 2015. And he started me on the products, which I wasn't going to say no to that, because I was going to support him a little bit. And so I took the products and they started working for me. But I was still kind of iffy on what the business was all about, because I'm not a business, or I wasn't a business-minded person at the time. All I cared about was my music. So it took him quite a few times of him pulling me into the truck to listen to these national calls, which I had no idea what they were all about, before I really started to see, like, okay, maybe this Ted Wilson guy knows what he's talking about. And then when my dad hit Diamond in November of 2015, that kind of proved to me, like, he proved me wrong. He showed me that he could do this, that a farm boy from Alberta who grew up, probably being instilled that this wouldn't be something he would do, he did it. And so that showed me that I could do this. And after that, I kind of just went gung-ho with it. And I was already on social media. I'm a people person, so I love meeting new people and talking to people. And it's like everyone always says, we've been doing it since kindergarten. It's show and tell. And so for me, it just made sense. And I didn't have to go get a real job. So it was like, cool, I can go do my shows and bring my phone with me, which I'm already on, and do calls and reach out to new people and promote this product that has worked so well for our family. I mean, there was nothing about it that at that point, because before I didn't want anything to do with it. But once I was convinced, like, I was all in. I've been all in since January of 2016. And there's no stopping me now. I mean, why not Valentus? There's just so many things about it. And we have like 30-year vets who are saying this is the best opportunity they've ever seen. And for somebody who's never done it before, that made me want to go and research other companies. So I did that. And we really, like, Valentus is the best opportunity out there. And like you mentioned, it's got the heart, and a lot of companies are missing that element. And I think that that's what's going to keep Valentus around for the long haul, for sure.
Awesome. I was going to just talk about your comment about you not wanting to work after 3 months, figuring out you didn't want to do that. And I think the next question I'm going to ask you talks about what you're obsessed with. And I just want to compare your life to my life, because I've felt that way with a lot of different things that I've done. I'm not a university graduate. I went to college for 2 years, but I worked for the government. Actually, I went to school for 1 year at Lakeland College because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I worked for the government for about 2 years. And then I went, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to line up at an elevator and wait for the doors to open at 5 o'clock every day. So, but it took me probably 30 years to figure it out, that like there is a better way. And so I think that's my obsession now, is like, don't wait for 30 years, people. There is a better way, and we found the best company out there that is going to help us all get what we want. And so that's my obsession, is I want to really, in these interviews with our Uncovering Success, to show people there is a better way. And you don't have to, thank goodness, Danielle, you only took 3 months to figure it out. But a lot of people take so many years out of their life, and your dad's a perfect example of how he missed out on time with you guys because he was struggling. He loved his powerline job, don't get me wrong, but he didn't know there was another way.
No, and a lot of people don't. And I guess that's my obsession, is to show people who are like me, that didn't know what they wanted to do, that think that they have to go to school for 10 years to come out and make a living, which is another term that drives me crazy, and it always has, is make a living. Oh, you got to make a living. Well, why not design a life? Like, that's always been my obsession, is why would I go work for somebody else who doesn't care about my future, when I think so many people settle for that, is making a living, and they don't open their mind to all the possibilities that are out there. So my obsession is to show people that this is a better way, and that they don't have to settle for mediocrity in life. I mean, we only have one shot at it. Whatever your spiritual beliefs are about after that, I mean, that's fine, but right now we have to focus on now. And so many people are so caught up in the past and so worried about the future. But if we just focused on now and made each day the best we can make it, then our future is going to be awesome. But not enough people do that. And so I want to show, especially kids my age, who their parents have pounded it in their heads that they have to do this, and to get here they have to do that, and they kind of have their life all mapped out for them. But I think it's so cool when people my age say, I don't know what I want to do, because it's like, well, I don't blame you. You're only 20 years old. How are you supposed to just have it all figured out? And I feel like if more people knew of this opportunity, you're designing your life as you go. You don't have to have it all figured out. It's kind of the fun of it, is each day is kind of a new adventure, and you get to create it. You're not working for somebody else who's saying, here, this is your day, go do it. So that's my obsession, is now that I've found this, Valentus, it's like I could never imagine, well, I can't imagine doing anything else. So this is my obsession, is to show, especially the youth. And, I feel like nowadays we're given a bad reputation in that we're not as hardworking as people used to be. And we're just, on our phones all the time, and we don't actually know what we're doing. And I just want to show the world that we're smarter than people give us credit for, and we can achieve greatness even in hard times with the economy the way it is and things like that. Like, we can make a difference and inspire others to do the same.
And I think, one thing that I know about you, Danielle, is this is helping you pursue your music career.
Yes.
And so for a lot of people, maybe they get the misconception with network marketing that we're saying that they haven't chosen the right path for them. Well, that's not true, because I'm just thinking of my own children. They are university students. They are going to college and university and learning what they're passionate about right now is, but we can't take that away from people. You still have your passion, but this can be done on a part-time basis. And you can build a very successful residual income, which we are proving to do, to support the things that we're really passionate about as well. So, that's one thing I wanted to make sure with people in this interview is this is a plan B to help you. You don't have to be full-time. Doug and I are full-time with Valentus, but we definitely have other passions in our life that is helping us because we have this opportunity in our life. So my last question for you, Danielle, is what does your future look like? What do you see for your future with Valentus? Just give us a little glimpse of what you think your future is here.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's like everyone who has been in this opportunity for the last few years is saying, like, they thought we had it good back then, and now it's just getting better and better. And there's so many new things being added to make this so simple for people like myself and my dad and you who maybe don't have as much experience in this. And what I see in my future is happiness and just bliss, and not having to worry from day to day if I'm going to be able to make that paycheck, and that you guys are going to be around for the years to come because you're taking control of your health, and we're all taking control of our health. So what I see is just it's hard to, like, it's like what John Haremza always says, it's hard to like put it into words, but I mean, I have so many dreams and so many things that I want to do, and vision board of like things that I've always imagined that I wanted that I didn't think I could ever have. And now it's starting to feel like, hey, maybe those things are going to become possible because I have this vehicle that's going to help me get there. And, you know, one day I will maybe be playing big stadium tours, and maybe one day I will have a house on the beach. And those things were just dreams before, but now they're kind of feeling more like reality. So Valentus has just helped to put my dreams into focus, and to not just feel like, oh, those are just things that I'm going to dream about in my sleep. Like these, I'm going to have a beach house one day. I'm going to take my family traveling around the world when I have kids. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because I'm going to have that opportunity because of this opportunity. So sky's the limit pretty much.
Right. And you know what, I see you as a leader. That's why we're uncovering success here and showing people that the sky really is the limit. And I've found in my career with what I've done in the last 30 or 40 years is you kind of get in this little box, and you are not living your full life. You're not using your full potential. And you know, 80% of what everybody's seen in our leadership and take control is personal growth and development. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we hear all these terminologies about you have to make a vision board and you have to do this. Well, we actually are doing it.
Yeah.
We are taking action on these things, and because of that, our success is evident here. So, and we have amazing trainers that we get for free, and now we're becoming the trainers as well. So, it's pretty exciting. I'm really excited, as you are, for the future of us in our Take Control team, and anybody who engages and wants to come along with us. So, I'm going to let you say the final words here, Danielle. If there's anything else you want to add. I don't have any more questions for you, but feel free to close off our interview with your last thoughts.
Yeah, so it's like you said, we're not saying people have to give up their job or, you know, drop out of school and all those crazy things that a lot of people think that's what we're telling people they have to do. This isn't for everybody. Not everyone is a go-getter. And I feel like in order to do this, you have to have a big enough why. You have to want it so bad, because there are going to be days where you wake up and you're sad. You feel like you know, you're going to have a bad day, but life is like this. You're going to have your ups and downs. But the one thing that I've learned with this industry and with everything in life is that if you have the passion and you have the drive and you want it bad enough, those bad days are just going to make you want to go further and further. And it's like the good days are kind of the rewards for the bad days. That's kind of the way that I see it, is if you can get through those bad days, then it's just setting you up for a great day. So you don't have to be a network marketer to do this. You just have to have the drive and the passion and to want to design your own life.
Thank you, Danielle Marie, and I was going to say Gregory. Oh my God. Thank you, Danielle Marie. And it's hard for me actually to say Danielle King as well,
Yeah.
because we are so used to cheering Danielle on with her music that we forget sometimes that she does have the King name. So thanks, Danielle, so much for your leadership with our Take Control team. I know we all love having you in our team, and you inspire us every day. So thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you for doing this. This is awesome.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.